With the Queen's tragic passing a couple of weeks ago, King Charles is now on the throne after a record-breaking wait for ascension. We all know about the drama involving Prince Harry and Meghan Markle with the royal family. With Charles in power and in disagreement with Harry, it's expected that a petty tea is being hidden. Well, some of it is spilling out of the cauldron. Let's dive into it. First up, Charles wants to change stand-in rules to freeze out Prince Harry and Andrew. The monarch has a certain set of rules that must be abided by at all costs. One of them, under the current law, is that if the monarch is not able to carry out their duties for reasons like an illness or being away for business, then others are supposed to fill in. You might be thinking, who can take up his spot? Well, 2 councillors of state are appointed to undertake the work. They're chosen from a pool of candidates that include the monarch's spouse and the next 4 adults in line to the throne. So that means Charles's councillors of the state include his wife, Camilla, Prince William, Prince Harry, Prince Andrew, and Princess Beatrice. Half of these aren't on good terms with the monarch for one reason or another. In light of that, we've come across news that Charles wants to change the rules so only the working royals can be councillors. This would knock out Harry, Andrews, and Beatrice. It's been reported that this is part of the new sovereign's plan to slim down the royal family. For this to happen, he'd have to take help from the UK's parliament to amend the 1937 Regency Act. Sounds like Charles is going to make some big decisions. Following that, it seems like Harry leaving the firm hasn't been forgiven and forgotten. We all remember the big fat headlines and chaos when Prince Harry left the firm in fear of his wife, Meghan, facing the same future as his late mother, Diana. In doing so, he'd spoken of the resistance and cold shoulder he got from his father and brother. It seems as though that frosty relationship might have thawed a bit last week when the Sussexes joined William and Kate to meet well-wishers outside of Windsor Castle, and Harry was allowed to wear his military uniform for the vigil over the Queen's coffin alongside the 7 other grandchildren. But that's as far as it goes. The ice is still inches thick, and the tension is growing. You see, Harry was barred from wearing Her Majesty's initials on his shoulder. Before you think there's a solid reason behind it, Prince Andrew, who isn't a working royal, was allowed to do so. Insiders said that this left the poor prince devastated, and he considered ditching the military garb altogether. This obviously felt like a personal attack on the prince. Now it's been a month, and Charles has yet to announce the official titles for Archie and Lilibet. Harry's children are still known as Master and Miss, and after the Queen's death, they should receive titles that elevate their rank and provide them with security. You might remember that this was the main concern for Harry when leaving the firm. This alone has raised tension among them, as the couple fears Charles might take it out on their kids. But with the Queen just passing away, Charles is said to be mourning and hasn't announced any titles. Moving on, Prince William isn't happy about his younger brother having a somewhat seamless meeting. Okay, so the titles aren't officially announced, but this didn't stop Prince William and his wife from updating their official accounts. He's now the Duke of Cornwall. Well, the Duke isn't happy with the little flexibility that's been awarded to Harry by his father. In fact, he's furious at the constant attempts at reconciliations. Charles apparently extended an olive branch to the Duke of Essex in his first speech as monarch and allowed the military uniform. Sources revealed that Prince William found this frustrating as the decisions were approved by the King's office. Harry seems to have hit a raw nerve with his older brother. So, what happened between the brothers to cause this irreparable rift? Yes, unrepairable. Royal experts claim that there'll never be reconciliations between the pair. The heir to the throne can't forgive his brother for opting out of royal life. Kate Middleton, the author of The New Royals, said that William expected his brother to be his wingman throughout, but now he's doing it on his own. She thanked God for Kate being by his side, but it's said that this rift originated from somewhere else, years before Harry got married. In 2017, when Harry was hinting at a proposal to the Suits actor, William reportedly asked, "Why rush things?" To which Harry snapped, asking his brother saying, "Who the hell do you think you are?" But that's all through sources. We did see Harry say to Oprah that he feels sorry for his father and brother, who were trapped in their royal roles. And he expanded on his main reason for leaving, which was Meghan having issues with the media, the firm, and mental health, which was ignored by palace officials. Keeping up with the Kardashians got nothing on this family. Next, Meghan's receiving an unbelievable amount of hate. To be honest, we can now see why they left the royal family. Half of the news following the Queen's death was all about Meghan. Just 5 days after the burial, the outcast couple was searched up 7 million times with an outpour of negative comments. LBC's James O'Brien noted that vicious, vile criminals receive less abuse and criticism online from British media than Meghan. Even Harry and Meghan holding hands became a huge headline, and the racist comments are never ending at this point. But chin up, because it's been reported that Meghan sent a letter to meet with Charles one-on-one and discuss the rationale behind their decision before leaving for California. This isn't confirmed though, as there's been no news of the meeting. Now, moving on to other related news that might interest you. First up, King Charles's ascension to the throne brought forth a nasty rumor. Folks, the king might have a secret love child with Queen consort Camilla. The claim's been made since the death of the queen, but now there's more to the story. The alleged love child overtook social media with a new photo from April of 1996 to strengthen his claims. Durante Day explained it in an interview with 7 News, saying that in the months leading up to his birth, Camilla was nowhere to be seen publicly. He then added that in the first photo, he revealed where she was photographed after a while, she has a slight bump in it. According to him, this image is just one piece of a huge jigsaw puzzle that's slowly coming together. He says there isn't just one proof or one clue, there's evidence that, when put together, makes a compelling argument. Day is working with the court to get a DNA test done for the truth to come out once and for all. He'd even sent a letter to the queen months before her death. He claims to have undergone procedures to turn his blue eyes brown and to have 2 of his teeth filed down. Next up, King Charles is now able to vet any law that affects him. On the throne now, Charles has the authority to vet any law. There are pictures going around of him along with videos of the funeral procession. Most vital is one where he's signing documents from an official red box. Buckingham Palace has a law stating that the monarch has to be involved in the final say for all legislations, and MPs are required to take his consent before proceeding with any law that'll affect him. We all saw how in the show Crown that the Prime Minister consulted the Queen. Finally, Charles is facing a battle to win over the black community. The royal family is well known and loved in the UK, but that isn't the case for many others. The Queen's death itself was mourned in the country, but celebrated otherwise for her long history of colonization and theft. The brown and black communities have nothing positive to say about the former monarch or the current one. Keeping that in mind, the black community asked what the Queen had ever done for them to mourn her. This gave Charles a taste of what he'll have to face now that he's on top. Kehinde Andrews, a professor at the University of Birmingham, wrote that he doesn't share the country's loss. In his perspective, the Queen is nothing but the #1 symbol of white supremacy. She was the manifestation of institutional racism that they face in their daily lives, and they refuse to be silent, even out of respect, for someone who had done nothing but bring forth chaos and pain. With Meghan being attacked with racist comments and the royal family's silence, it seems like the king will eventually have to address this issue before he gets the record for the shortest reign on the throne. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about Charles wanting to change the stand-in laws? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.